Sales of previously owned homes jumped last month. They went up 0.8% to nearly 5 million homes sold. It is the biggest gain in over 3 years. David Liniger is chairman and co-founder of the real estate company RE/MAX. Douglas Yearley is the CEO of the home builder Toll Brothers. And also with us, our business and economics correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us what is in fact happening and whether you think it is sustainable.
Well, the market's back. We've had a horrible 6 years, the worst in this country's history. And in the last year, new home sales have come back tremendously. It's mainly because there's pent-up demand coming out from nobody buying for 6 years, very little inventory on the resale market. And yes, this feels like the beginning of a long, sustained recovery.
And will it have an impact on employment?
Absolutely. Every new home that's built leads to a whole bunch of new jobs, not just in building the home, but in the decorators and the landscapers and everything that a new family goes out and buys. So we have a huge impact on the economy.
Douglas, are you able to build fast enough to meet the demand for inventory?
Well, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I built.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
And we are. Anytime you have the beginning of a new cycle, it's hard for the subcontractors to go out and find new employees. We're also ramping up our company internally. That's pretty much behind us now. It's still going on to some extent, but it was a lot worse 3 to 6 months ago. And we're fine. We'll be able to build. It's a little slower now, but it's ramping up as many employees come back into home building.
And David, let me ask you, what does this mean in terms of the real estate market? Have you seen the numbers sort of, and when did it start to take off?
It started about a year ago. It's happening much faster than has been predicted. For the new home builders, what's happening is people are trying to buy houses, but they're competing in the resale business with all the investors. Investors, no qualifying, paying full cash, everything. And so what's happening is people are giving up after their third and fourth offer, and they're going and putting a deposit down with a new home builder.
And I think that that's one of the issues, one of the caveats to this story, which is about 1/5 of the home purchases in this country right now are coming from investors. That's people who are buying in all cash deals who will eventually be putting those homes back out on the market. Another thing is you talk about price appreciation. Wages in this country are going up between 2 and 3%. Home values are going up between 4 and 5 times that number. So ultimately, when people are out there looking at this choice, they're looking at their wages, obviously, and it's becoming more expensive for some people. And lastly, the last caveat is the shadow inventory. The number of homes that are still pent up in the foreclosure process in states that need judicial review, those homes are eventually going to go back out on the market at depressed prices, and that could, in some areas, drive down prices again.
Now, what's interesting to me is that for a long time, people said the housing market is going to start, and it didn't. They said because they had to flush out the housing that was oversupplied in the market. And now you're saying it's come back faster than you imagined. What's the...
Well, the problem
square that?
Now the problem is there's not enough inventory in the right price ranges. If you look at some of the markets, San Diego, San Francisco, Denver, Colorado, we have less than 2 months inventory out there in the price ranges that are selling.
And construction workers who are back in the market rebuilding are now asking for more money. A number of them, because they left the business, because it was a dead business for so many years, they found other jobs and they need more money to build. That will drive up the price of homes.
Douglas, do you have the workers? I mean, Melody was saying that part of it is finding construction workers who left to find other jobs during the downturn.
Just what I said.
Yeah, can you find?
Yeah, it's been a problem. It's easing. It's typical of any recovery. And this downturn was so deep and so long that many more workers left the industry, but they're now coming back as they see the opportunities. We have a lot more coming back, and it is easing.
What could go wrong?
Well, I don't think interest rates is going to be it, because the government's going to keep the interest rates low for at least a couple more years. The problem is housing affordability. And as prices go up, you start pricing out of the market people even at a low interest rate.
Yeah. The first-time home buyers, for example, those are the people who generally come into the market and buy up the new inventory. They make up 30% of the market right now, whereas usually they make up 40%, and a big part of that is because of the cost.
All right, David Liniger, Douglas Yearley, and Rebecca Jarvis, thank you all very, very much.